Thanks for joining us. President Donald Trump calls what is happening at the U.S.-Mexico border a crisis. Caravans of migrants from Central American countries are arriving at the border, hoping to cross into the U.S. Other criminal networks are trying to smuggle drugs or people into the country. Border Patrol agents are being pulled from other parts of the country and sent to the southern border, which is depleting already sparse resources at those other borders. I visited the U.S.-Canadian border in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, to find out how the United States focuses on securing the southern border and how that's affected the north.
The entire upper peninsula.
Henry Laxdal and his team are responsible for protecting about 535 miles of the U.S.-Canada border.
Our job is to know every single person or thing that crosses that border.
As Border Patrol agents, they respond to threats at the ports of entry along the border. Other than the international bridge connecting Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, all of those 535 miles are a water border on Lakes Superior and Huron. About 60 agents typically patrol that border, but recently, Laxdal's officers have been needed elsewhere.
I'm sending probably 15 to 20% of my manpower that I have at my station down to the southern border to help them with their operations.
During his 2016 campaign, President Donald Trump emphasized securing the country's southern border with Mexico.
We're going to build a wall, folks.
So far, a barrier hasn't been built. But according to the government, the number of apprehensions so far in the 2019 fiscal year are up, leading to Laxdal's agents being sent from Sault Ste. Marie to the south. Laxdal agrees there is a crisis on the southern border. That crisis is pulling attention and resources away from the northern border.
The southern border is where the greatest risk is right now. That's where most of the money, technology, personnel, and resources and infrastructure is being pushed to.
But in the future, those resources could very well be shifted north. If the Department of Homeland Security gains control of the southern border, smugglers could move their operations elsewhere.
Is that saying that smuggling them into Canada and back to the United States is not an option for them? And I'd say yes, it's definitely an option for them.
A move north by criminal networks would present a problem for the largest land border in the world, which is already understaffed. Coming up tomorrow night at 10 in this series, we will tell you about some of the differences in operations between the southern and northern borders, and more about how Border Patrol agents in Sault Ste. Marie protect the U.S.-Canada border.